vacation and then got COVID. I'm still recovering. How you doing, YouTube.com.com? Welcoming me back in style. Thank you very, very much for updating the autopsy report with the 8 months. Continue to enjoy your Kermits and emotes. The Kamen Rider Drive Drink Mug Phantom is dying. Repost this if you love drinking while driving. As long as I don't pass out during this, we'll probably do some drive afterwards. But we'll see. You had cold chills and heat strokes too, Phoenix. Yeah, that seems to be a common symptom. Like, I've read a shit ton of different symptoms about it. That seems to be the most common one, because when I mentioned that that's what was happening to me on Friday night, a lot of people were like, that sounds like COVID. And sure enough, exactly what it was. Ooh, it took you a week and a half to recover, mostly just tired of sore throat. Yeah. Yeah, me, it's mostly just tired. And like I said, just all the after effects of a sore throat without the actual sore throat. Which one is the event? I'm again, legally brain dead right now, so my apologies if this is just embarrassing, but I'm going to attempt to speedrun this event as best I can, while being at least moderately entertaining, hopefully. I was hoping I wish I could have used her skill in midair. Transition perfectly into the walking on water. Yeah, I don't know if I ever showcased that. Furina can walk in water, on water. Like Jesus Christ. Kokomi could do it too, but only when her burst was up, which was not for much time. Furina has 100% uptime being able to walk on water. In case you didn't think she was awesome enough. Literally Jesus. They need a better fast travel point for this fucking fishing spot. Just saying. Alright, man lady.
That can't be right. Oh, but what if they're real after all? No, that can't be. But what if there's a chance?
At any point I need to keep the stream alive. Open voice chat. Nothing will go wrong. Nothing can go wrong.
Greetings, miss. Is there something that's bothering
And
you?
walk in water. Yep, that's what I said.
No, it's nothing. I'm Della Roche, the representative of the Fontaine Fishing Association. How can I help you?
I've literally brought fish to you before, ma'am.
Oh, so you're adventurers. Oh, finally. Someone has heard my prayers.
Paimon could tell you
We
were
should go over
really
Verizon.
bothered
Excuse
by
me. Oh, I know
something.
that feeling.
Don't worry. You've got 2 super experienced adventurers right here. We'll take care of anything and everything for you as long as you
Literally
give us
was
a little
only
bit
able to
of
get
aura.
her without spending real money
You
because
are exactly the helpers I
I blew all
need.
my
See, the problem
star
is
glitter
that the fish
in the,
around the fishing
on the-
spot
the-
at Araneus
Fates.
have just all up and vanished recently. They disappeared too quickly for it to have been the work of human anglers. As the representative of the Fishing Association,
Thank you very much for updating the autopsy report. Continue to enjoy your Kermits and emotes. Lots of Kermits today. With the 6 months, thank you very much for putting up with me. Also, I have a Golden Kappa hype train. I don't know what that means.
Right, but unfortunately,
Again,
as the
recovering from
representative
COVID.
of the Fishing Association,
Me brain no
there
work
are
so
a few
good.
other errands that I absolutely have to run. So
Me
So
dum
you'd
dum.
like us to investigate
You bring
the
me
spot
gum
for
gum.
you?
exactly.
Fusion!
Laura. So I thought I could delegate this work to
I don't know
you.
what the Golden Kappa
Are you two
train
some kind of
is,
prophets,
but
knowing
Fusion's
exactly what I was
contributing
going to say
towards
like
it.
that? Or
The gift
maybe
stub
like the
for
oracles you read
the gift
about
stub,
in
yeah.
fairy tales.
The gift stub. The gift stub for Ninja. You enjoy that. Thank you very
we're
much,
just really
Fusion. I
experienced in
appreciate
this
it.
kind of thing, that's all.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
Oh,
I had a good night's sleep knowing the two of you are on the case.
But don't we
I
just
can't
need
get
to investigate the missing
appropriately loud.
fish? It really doesn't sound
I
like you
apologize.
difficult.
I appreciate it
No,
immensely,
you
though.
mustn't let your guard down. As the
Crazy Uncle
representative of the
Cameron
Fishing
gifting us up to
Association, I
Ken,
have good reason to believe
Hanawin.
that nothing
I think that's
have gone
Ian's
missing
GF.
due to an encounter.
Very best plot, disco, and secret. Y'all enjoy that. Yeah, we're also contributing to whatever the hell the Golden Kappa train is.
Yes,
I
you're
don't know
both
what that
outlanders,
is.
right? Our local
I don't know
fairy
what the
tales
hell that is,
often
but we're at
speak of
level
a
3. That's pretty
terrifying
fog, right?
underwater creature called Thelxie.
Hey,
Our
Balin.
parents would tell us was always the same.
I'm back 10 minutes
If
and
we
we're in
went to the
chaos
water
mode. How
alone,
you doing?
then we'd be snatched away and eaten by a water imp called Thelxie.
A child eating water imp? Did they tell you what it looked
Turn
like?
up my mic and pretend I'm yelling.
My father would always describe it as a beautiful,
Thank you for the
multicolored
haha
snake
funny
woman,
banana.
while my mother said it had a handsome face. It's really strange, though.
Yeah, it's a
because
handsome
you'd also
child-eating
hear other
monster.
People describe it as just a chubby penguin with a deceptive appearance. Even though the tales vary regarding its appearance, everyone agrees that it's
Ooh.
really dangerous. It lives in an
Gamer
underwater
thing,
cave
but also
surrounded
what the
by
fuck?
pallid bones and
Gamer
uses
built
its
different.
sensitive nose to track down lonely children.
He
who've
also
lost
wants
their
to figure out
way.
what the hell a golden
And
kappa
once it
train
finds
is.
a child, it uses its alluring singing voice to lure them
You
into
finally
the
went back
water
to your
before
strange journey
swallowing
route,
them
Balin?
all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pretty
Nice.
terrifying, isn't it?
Sounds kind of scary. But isn't that pretty normal for a fairy tale? After
I
all,
was
those
wondering
kinds of
about
stories
that.
are usually made up to help keep children away from danger.
I was thinking of trying to
But
screen
what
share it.
if the
I'd try and
fairy
watch
tale
it.
was inspired by
If you
a
wanted to
real
give a
life
shot.
tale, just like how a water vein always has
I'm
a
always a
source.
slut for strange journey.
Well, I wouldn't call it evidence per se, but I've heard some rumors lately. They say that someone recently saw a child walk into the water as if he was possessed by something. Doesn't that sound just like he was responding to the call of a water imp?
So you mean someone really got eaten by a water
A
imp?
VTuber got fired because she did a funny
It's all
substance during a
hearsay,
stream
so it's hard to confirm.
and made a hair amount of
But still,
subscribers
they
and
all
dated
say
her
this
manager.
happened
Oh
on
god.
Aeneas. That's no laughing matter if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's the
Both
thing
the
that'll get you
Opera
fired.
House and the Fountain of Lucine were built there, and the sources of many water veins can be traced to the island as well. Combine that with the mysterious
Also, my apologies
mist,
because we
the
popped
huge
off for a
tree
second
with
there.
expansive underground roots, and the rumor that the fish heps on the island can understand
may
human
not be able to
language.
follow this intricate
Is it
plot.
really so shocking that an island so shrouded in mystery could harbor a
Not
terrifying
looking forward to
water
the
imp
boss,
as
but
well?
you'll see Jimenez's plus ending, yeah.
Why does Paimon feel like
You
you're
played on
pulling
New
our
Game Plus,
leg?
right? So you should
We're
have
just
like much
piling on the
much higher level
rumors
stuff at
now.
least.
Still,
You should
if
at least know what you're dealing
someone's
with.
really been hurt, then we can't just ignore the situation, right, Traveler?
Check it out.
Oh, marvelous. Then I'll just
Why
mark the
not?
stretch of water on your map. Don't forget that no matter what,
did open
safety always
Streamlabs,
comes
right?
first.
Do we just have that few subs? Since I took so much time off, probably. Murloc, oh my god, didn't you hear? I mean, I guess I didn't advertise it other than talking about it a little bit during the group watch stuff I was able to still do. And mentioned getting live stream chat a little bit. Murloc, I've got COVID. I'm not okay. I came back from my vacation with COVID. Ugh. Yeah, my voice is absolutely off. No, I don't want to fight a Whopper Flower. Could we please exchange Paimon for Pom Pom? I mean, that would mean we'd have Paimon and Star Rail.
Was talking about? It looks really peaceful. Huh? Look.
I don't want an
there's some footprints
exchange.
over there.
Yeah, not a whole lot I can do.
These look pretty fresh.
And also, again, like,
Did the water imp get
my
someone
throat
again?
don't hurt.
Let's look around and see if we can find anything
I
else.
just don't get pain in my throat ever because I had my tonsils out, and for some reason it's chosen to manifest in that way.
Wait. Did you hear
Aw,
something
cute
just now?
Goemon. 15 seconds left on the hype train. Woo! So I have no idea what the Kappa thing's about, but hey, it's level 3. That's pretty good. Something's in the water. It's a Rex.
What is that? Don't come any closer!
Paimon? Traveler?
Hi, Rindo. Rex. Rindo.
I'm
Rindex.
sorry. I forgot I
Windex.
was still wearing this.
I'm gonna call him Windex.
Verminae!
okay?
Now the supporters are just gonna spam gold Kappa. I mean, I see no issue with that.
Imp. Thank goodness it was just you wearing your helmet.
Honkai Impact. Honkai Impact is so
Water
dire
imp?
right now.
Thelxie, you say? How
Every bit of
surprising.
dialogue I actually pay attention to in Honkai
You know
Impact
that
just
name
makes
too?
me upset.
Or do you know someone else is trying to investigate the water imp?
No, I think our situations are probably unrelated. Sure, if that's in order. I know the name because of one of my employers. She noticed the clockwork penguins I brought to the workshop and contacted me through the shop's owner. She has commissioned me to make a special toy.
She honk it on my rail till
Following
I
her
impact.
request,
There's
I've
the gold
named the
Kappa.
toy Thelxie.
Huh? But isn't it a little creepy to name a toy after a water imp? Wait, hold on.
Why would that?
Never
What's
take commissions from other people.
what's creepy about that?
Yeah, but she made a special request.
Naming a
But
toy
out
after
of
an urban
respect for her
legend.
privacy,
Mm,
I can't
whatever.
really talk about it.
I hate you,
It's
Paimon.
alright though. She'll be coming over to check on my progress shortly, and I'll just tell her that you're two of my trustworthy companions. Hearing that, she might be willing to share some information, and you'll be able to continue with your investigation.
Huh. Even though you seem a little cold and reserved sometimes, you're still really considerate. Our target isn't necessarily the
Does
water
he
imp,
seem
though.
cold and reserved?
We're
We've
primarily
literally
here to
never
investigate the
exchanged dialogue
disappearance
with
of
him.
the fish.
The fish?
No worries, Murloc. Good luck on your studying. Do not take a shot every time Paimon is annoying. I do not authorize this drinking game. I do not authorize inflicting self-harm on yourselves like that.
I think I may have connected the dots.
The
These
square
past few
peg.
weeks, I've been taking Thelxie for underwater testing every day. The pressure testing makes a lot of noise. So, all that about the disappearing fish? Well, it was probably because of me.
So that's how it was? That actually makes a lot of sense. Wait, so could that mean the child we heard about who walked into the water was also...
Yes, I think that's quite likely as well.
So in the end, it was just Fremine. Paimon spent all this time imagining what
You
a
have one on
water
Thursday
imp
as
from
well,
the
Neo.
fairy
Best of
tales
luck.
might look
That's
like,
right, I remember
and
you
it all
mentioning that
turns
during
out to
King of
be
the
just a
Hill.
hoax.
I'm sorry. It sounds like I've created a lot of trouble for everyone else as well. I'll try to finish
you
this
do what you
commission
gotta
as
do.
soon as possible. Once I'm done, the fish should come back. Thank you.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Actually, how much work do you still have left, Fremine? Maybe we could lend you a hand.
Thanks for offering. But I can't trouble you any more than I already have.
Hey, it's no trouble at all. Didn't you just call us your trustworthy companions? Companions are all about helping each other, you know?
But don't you need to report back to your commissioner?
Nope, that's not how it works. See, Paimon's got these commissioner types all figured out, even though we were just tasked with finding out why the fish had gone missing. If we tell them now that it was all just a misunderstanding, you can bet they'd just immediately hand us another commission to help them get the fish back. Exactly! So if we can help you finish
know,
up
we
your
could
work and
always
get the
just
fish back,
say
that
no.
would save us an extra trip.
Or you could do it, Paimon, and leave me alone.
Is that what you'd like to do as well? Huh. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. Please follow me. I've made a makeshift camp over there.
I set up the tent over there so I can sleep.
I've stored Thelxie in the tent. He can respond to some simple
Force us to
verbal
agree with Paimon.
commands.
Oh, of course.
You can try calling his name and see
That's
if he'll
how it
come over.
goes.
Whoa, sounds pretty advanced. Let Paimon give it a try. Hey, Thelxie, are you there?
The best you can hope for is to occasionally be able to like, call her emergency food. Or call her dumb. in a really roundabout,
So
nice
that's
way.
Renee's version of Thelxie.
He downloaded a
It's
mod called
also
Project
penguin
Thebes.
shaped, just
I
like
saw
Pear.
that. I saw that the other day, actually. That's
Had
funny.
Thelxie
I
lived
have
in
no idea what that
Penguin
is.
Town,
I was
he'd
just, I
probably
happened
have
to,
become great friends with Pear.
I was just looking at both the gay update, the gay mods for Awakening and Fates, and I happened to see on the Awakening one some comments saying that it's not compatible with Project Thebes, but I was half delirious, so I didn't look into it to find out I don't know what that is!
It's not really anywhere famous or important. Don't worry about it.
You can call her emergency
Thelxie,
food occasionally,
nice to
it's just
meet
not
you.
that often.
Do you know how to say hello?
It's only with certain dialogue branches.
I wanted to install a language output module, but due to time constraints, I had to give up on the idea. As it stands, Thelxie can only output messages that were pre-written into its motherboard. I haven't given him the ability to convert those
It
messages
changes a few
into
things, like
discernible
making it
words.
Villa and Mustafa
so
recruitable, and giving Donald a
can't
D
really
rank in
talk to us
Lanches, which
just
made
yet.
it easier to level him up. That's cool.
No need to get so technical. So basically, you want us to help you complete and install this language module, right?
No, there's no need. That wasn't one of my employer's requests. It was just something I wanted to try. I have 2 other things I'd like your help with. The first is to do some integration testing on Thelxie's motherboard, to make sure he will be able to function properly in most situations.
That doesn't sound too hard.
Yeah, those are cool additions, don't get me
And
wrong, but
what's the other
because they said that
The
they're not
others
compatible,
shouldn't take too long either.
I probably won't mess around with
You'll
it.
need to find Thelxie some colorful shells
You know, when I
and
play
coral,
Fire Emblem Awakening
so
again
I can
in
craft
a
a
year
weapon
or
for
whatever.
him.
A weapon? Will Thelxie have to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. The gift subs did
Thelxie
update.
will
Okay.
need to be able to charge forward with a
Okay,
weapon
things
in
aren't
hand.
quite as dire as I thought.
Like that brave prince of
That's
legend. It's a part of my employer's request.
What an imaginative employer. Naming Thelxie after a water imp, but wanting him to look like a prince?
So wacky.
Well, regardless of his role or species, Thelxie's purpose is the same. Just like Pear, he has come to this world to serve as somebody's companion.
Whoa, Thelxie just said something again! Could he understand what we were just talking about?
He can react to certain key words, but unfortunately, due to the lack of a translation module, he still can't quite communicate with us.
That's a pity. But anyway, the most important thing right now is for us to get to work. Maybe let's start by doing some testing
Is a cute
on
penguin.
the motherboard.
He is pretty
that sounds
kawaii.
like something we can
Distinct
do here in the
sadness
camp.
normally heard in
Sounds good.
Eastern European
The
gay people working
motherboard
in
is on my
retail.
workbench, so please follow me. Ah,
You
here we
can
go.
have them together,
I
but
have
you
this
will
testing
miss
manual,
out
so feel
on
free
the
to
gay
reference
hacks
it
new
if you get
scenes
stuck.
where the
Want
husband is
to
there
give
instead
it
of
a
the lunch
try?
maiden. Ah, okay.
It's okay if you don't succeed immediately. I've got a lot of backup boards just in case.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that trade-off is worth it.
Okay.
I'm a
Knowing you,
great
I'm sure you'll be
midwife.
able to figure it out.
Whatever the joke was. Yes, the motherboard. Okay, please tell me I don't have to do, like, every level of whatever this minigame is. Hmm. What the heck? Hmm. Oh, not sure how the hell that worked. Okay. To make curves hold X, why would they not just have it, like, connect? That's so needlessly abstract. Just make them connect, 5-Ed. not that deep. Only need to do each one once.
Parties
Okay.
are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
By all means, Fiorina.
You're doing well. Just as I expected.
You recruit him by having 5 or more enemy units alive on the map, and then beating him with prom. That's
let's
cool.
move on to the underwater part.
That's a cool condition.
It's just as I mentioned earlier. We're after colorful shells and coral. Oh, speaking of which, you're both already pretty used to Fontaine's underwater environment, right? Okay.
Not really.
That's good.
The underwater
Just let me
controls are
know if
kind
you
of
ever feel
ass.
uncomfortable.
But we'll
I'll
pretend.
make sure to stay right by your side.
Other two are somewhat easy. I mean, that one was somewhat easy once I realized you had to hold down for curves. I just don't understand why it has to be a different, a slightly different input for that. But hey.
Shower me with praise!
Yeah, no, that's very logical, what's it called? There we go. I was like, oh no, can I not get underwater? Literally cannot not walk on water, apparently.
It should be right over there. We'll be able to find something that'll help us with our search.
It's a very logical recruitment condition for him. Makes
This is
sense.
it. We call this thing an echoing conch. It can detect special reflection waves in the water. Did you notice any interesting places? The echoing conch should have detected some just now. Let's go check them out.
After the stream, you can post a link for the other minigames. Cool. Sounds good.
Alright, these should be enough. Let's head back to camp. Thank you for staying out here with me all this time.
I have barely explored these new areas. I don't think I'm a fan of a lot of the newer puzzles they've introduced. Not gonna lie. But yeah, if they can like work out the conflicts, granted, like the comment I saw was saying like, hey, neither me or the person responsible for the other project are obligated.
Say cheese!
Are obligated to, you know, like give you any kind of neither of the creators of the individual projects are obligated to help make sure they work with each other. So it seems like they're not too interested in resolving any conflicts there, but if they do somehow, then maybe we'll try and use that when the time comes to play it on stream again. Oh, they do plan to. It's just that Thabes isn't done. Okay, all right, that's fair.
Ah, Fremine,
Never
you're
mind.
back.
That's cool.
I thought you might have been out diving.
I'm sorry,
Remine's
Madame
voice actor is the
Destray.
same gentleman who did
I must have kept you
Rindell
waiting.
in Neo
I can
Twiwi.
report, though, that the construction of Thelxie is going quite smoothly.
So like
There's no
obviously he's a
rush.
capable
I'm
actor.
your employer, not your supervisor.
I
And
think
these
it's
two
just that
are-
this character is obviously supposed to be like
Oh,
very shy
they're
and low
two
energy,
of my trustworthy companions.
and that
They're here
unfortunately
to
can
help me
translate
work on
to
Thelxie.
boring
Yes, I
slash
see.
tiring.
I suppose it's only natural for someone
not really one to
responsible
talk right
like you
now,
to have
so-
some reliable friends.
So
It's
I
really
won't
nice
judge.
to meet you, Madame Destray. Are you Fremine's employer?
I don't need to make fun
Paimon,
of this
and this
character's
is the
voice acting
Traveler.
to give him shit. If you look at
Greetings,
his
my new
design,
friends. Just call me Zuria. You are both so adorable.
I don't need to.
The sight of you reminds me of little
His
fairies under a
design is
cottage
awful.
roof.
I don't need to reach for other things to complain about with him.
Oh, do you really think so?
Of course. If my child had friends like you, then perhaps he wouldn't have become so obsessed with the tales of water imps.
Hey
And
man,
I
kids
wouldn't have
love
had to trouble
imps.
Fremine here with this commission.
obsessed with the tales of water imps?
Ah, so you don't know anything about my request yet? I would have thought Fremine had explained it to you already.
Well, Fremine told us that it was a private matter, so he didn't want to just share it willy-nilly.
I see. So Monsieur Fremine is even more discreet than I had thought. As you are assisting him with the project, I believe it'll be beneficial for you to learn more about its vision and history. But it would be quite impolite of me to simply pile all of my troubles on you without your permission. So, would you like to listen to my story?
Sure, you can tell us
This
anything.
may be
You've
our
already
last
said
chance.
nice things about us, so we'll try our best to
It's
help you get through your
Charizard's
troubles.
distant cousin.
Ah, what a lovely little fairy.
Oh, yeah.
Then let me think of a way to put my situation into words.
You almost forgot about her.
I'm sure you're already familiar with the tale of the water imps, right?
In the Discord server,
Simply put,
the Thebes creators there and
parents
said
came up
they
with a
do it once they're done with
story,
Thebes itself. Okay,
painting
alright,
water
never mind.
imps as scary abductors
That's cool,
in an effort
that's
to
good.
convince their children to stay away from the water. My child is rather special, however. While most other children are terrified of Thelxie, he's infatuated with him.
Yeah,
In-
kids never like weird, scary
infatuated?
shit.
With a water imp? What a brave soul.
Yes, he told me that he thought the water imp might have just been misunderstood. In his mind, instead of singing to abduct children, the water imp actually sang out of a longing for companionship. As a result, he often goes near the water in secret.
Huh. So he wanted to become friends with the water imp so it wouldn't be lonely any longer? What a unique way of thinking.
Thank you, little Paimon. He indeed has always stood out from the crowd. He was actually diagnosed with loneliness
Yeah,
syndrome
Ninja,
when
see,
he
you
was
get
only
it.
8
Yeah,
years
kids
old.
never like weird, scary shit as kids. Kids never like weird, scary shit. I'm sick!
It's a type of mental disorder. Those affected by it often
That was a
feel
setup for the
extremely
fact that I
lonely
saw
and lose
The
interest in
Exorcist when
many
I was
mundane
7 years
activities.
old. That
The
is my
syndrome
only
is
point.
probably what made him so
I should
determined to
stop
become friends
talking.
with the water imp.
Oh no. Is it a very serious disorder?
If you were to become afflicted with the disorder, Paimon, you would only be able to say less than a fraction of the words you're saying to the traveler now.
No! Paimon won't accept that! We would have to find a doctor to help cure Paimon. Paimon has a 2,000-word quota for daily conversations with the traveler, and she won't settle for a single word less!
The family
hate
doctor
you.
has already begun to
I
treat my
hate
son.
you.
But since
I
the
hate
disorder is
you.
rare,
I hate
there aren't
you.
many
I
good regimens
hate
for
you.
treatment.
Holy
He's also
fucking
developed some new
shit, I
symptoms
hate
lately,
you so
such as
fucking
uncontrollable
much,
delusions.
Paimon.
Uncontrollable what now?
Uncontrollable delusions. To put it simply, he can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality, and spends all his time in his fantasy world.
Then what is he seeing in his fantasy world?
It's a dream that he often mentioned to me when he
Betrayed
was
her for
younger.
March now.
I've compiled what I could understand of his recent rambling. It goes a bit like this.
I sip. The water imps lived in houses and shit. It was something.
Amazing! Your son came up with all of this? He really crafted a lovely fairy tale world for Thelxie. It's like a beautiful dream.
But perhaps no beautiful dream can ever last long. You see,
Is Star Rail getting
the
any
story
more
ended
updates?
with a twist.
This patch. Once Argenti's up. If anybody knows for sure, feel free to let me know.
How could the story end like this? Is that kind of fantasizing what caused your son to develop his loneliness syndrome?
Yeah, kids never write
Well,
fucked up,
it'd
depressing
be more
fan
accurate
fiction.
to say that it was the syndrome that caused such terrible delusions to manifest. But in any case, The biggest problem is the patient eventually loses themselves to the fantasy world of their own creation.
Argenti himself is getting a companion quest? Okay.
My poor child can no
You would
longer
look but want to avoid it for
differentiate
some
between
reason.
imagination
Just
and
being right or wrong.
reality. He's begun to see himself as Thelxie.
Or you were told to avoid it for some reason. Okay.
Perhaps in his mind, the loneliness he felt became the same as that of a prince who lost everything he ever loved.
Hello, Stu! Thank you very, very much for updating the autopsy report. 29 months! Absolute mad
Alas.
lad.
Most of the time, he
Continue
acts
to
as
enjoy
if he
your
can no
Arkham
longer
City
sense
emotes.
or interact with the real world at all. I've had several discussions with the doctor, and we think it is best to try to guide his fantasy. He once wanted to make a picture book of his imaginary world.
Get the fuck
But
out of here,
since the
Pipe, on
disorder
you here.
progressed too quickly,
Stu, she
he never
already made
quite
me
got
snap
past
once.
the first page of the book.
Been going for like
If we
half
could
an
use
hour.
this book as a
She
breakthrough
already
for
made
his
me
condition.
snap.
Here, you can take a look.
So Zuria's son also saw Thelxie as a penguin. Oh, he looks so sad.
What we should do now is help him complete this picture book. However, we'll lead the story to a different ending. One where the Water Imp Prince is eventually able to restore his kingdom with the help of his friends. We'll need to chase away his loneliness and sorrow, and let him perceive a world full of hope again.
Do you need to know?
That's
No.
what I mean by guiding his fantasy.
It was just the game trying to be cute about how much Paimon
Why does Ferdinand
talks.
need to make a Thelxie as well?
Because
Paimon
we need
made
to
some
treat
kind
the
of like,
book
"Oh, I
story
have a quote to
seriously,
fill.
as if it's a history of
I
things
have to
that
say
have
at
really
least
happened.
9,000 words to you a
We'll
day
need
or
to go
some
on a
bullshit
journey
like
like
that.
Thelxie and help him regain his
The
crown
game tried
and
to be
country.
cute, and it only succeeded in making me
My
mad.
child can no longer go on a journey of his own. This is why I commissioned Fremine here to craft a Thelxie, and then I'll paint the journey with this Thelxie into the picture book.
Ah, like a stand-in for your son. Paimon's starting to get it now. Oh, you really put a lot of thought into this, Zuria. Paimon still has one question, though. Where will we be able to find a Water Imp Kingdom?
There are some ruins
That's
on the
the neat
seabed
part,
of the
you don't.
Salacia Plains. I've already asked Fremine to research them for me.
Salacious
We'll
Crumb?
be able to use one of the ruins as the kingdom.
My favorite Star Wars
Oh, so
character.
we'll just need to act out a performance of,
Did you know that
a
Salacious
brave
Crumb is
journey
named
through the
Salacious
kingdom of
Crumb
water imps. As long as
because
we chase
one
away
of
the
the
monsters in
designer of
ruins,
the
it'll
puppet
count as chasing away the
stumbled into
monsters
work
in the
drunk
Water
one
Imp
day
Kingdom, right?
and slurred that he
Sadly,
needed to
no.
tie his
We
shoelaces?
won't just be putting on a performance. It's just as Zuria said. We need to take this seriously. And the only way we can take this seriously is if we choose to believe everything that's happening is real.
So we'll be playing it straight, or, making it a fully immersive experience? Oh, neither of those really sound right. Well, either way, we'll still be able to help, right?
Unfortunately.
It's all right. There's no need to get that serious. It's not a big deal. I believe in my son.
We can
You can just
handle
see
it.
this as him wanting to stay asleep for a bit longer because he's so enamored with his dream.
Zuria.
Keep your spirits up, everyone. If we were to look troubled, my son is sure to become anxious as well. I should be heading back right about now to check on my son. We temporarily moved to a place on the hill over there, so my son will have a better spot to convalesce. It's not far from the water, and there's also a great view. Feel free to come find me if anything urgent comes up.
Understood. There's also one last thing. Since these two friends were able to help me out, I've made some more progress on Thelxie. I estimate that he should be ready sometime tomorrow.
That's great news. I must thank you all. With that in mind, how about we meet here in 2 days' time to head to the Kingdom of Water Imps? All right, everyone. Let's meet again in another 2 days.
Zuria sure is a brave and optimistic lady. Fremine,
You started
do you think
Ishin
the
like a
plan will
dragon
work out?
phoenix. Nice, nice.
Let's discuss that over by the tent. There were a few things that I didn't bring up because the Madame was here.
What the actual fuck? What the hell is wrong with Extended Universe Star Wars? Stop that. Charlotte. Charlotte! Talk!
What is it, Fermine? What did you want to say?
If you don't mind me asking, I would like the two of you to mentally prepare yourselves. This is the first time that you've met anyone with the syndrome, right? I know you two are both really strong and will do everything you can to help the child. But with the syndrome being the way it is, if things don't...
When has extended lore ever been good?
If things don't quite turn out as we wish, I hope you'll be able to accept the outcome and not put too much blame on yourselves.
Fermine, why do you bring this up all of a sudden? Didn't we just promise Zuria that we'll be optimistic about everything working out?
Yeah, that would have been
It's
when there
not
was
that
no
I'm
sequel
not
trilogy planned
optimistic.
anymore.
It's just...
Oh, the story was just continuing in novels. They could do whatever they wanted.
Ah, so that's why you looked like you knew exactly what she was talking about. Wait, Fermine, don't tell Paimon that you also...
No. Please don't misunderstand. I've never had it.
I don't suffer from depression.
I've just seen many cases of it
I
at the House
just
of the
knew some
Hearth,
people.
back when we lived under the previous director. They say there are many factors surrounding the development of this illness. I've heard everything from
Yeah, he didn't give a shit.
hereditary factors and one's state of mind.
He spent that
to
period of time working on like a bunch of
environmental
passion
factors
project
and
stuff.
effects. Some
Being
even
more of
say
an
it could
executive
be caused
producer
by
on a bunch of,
contamination from god remains.
Weird ass
And
stuff.
from the cases I've seen, there weren't many positive outcomes.
He helped rescue
the
Return
worst
to Us from
cases,
production hell.
The patient could even pass
Helped
away.
make a movie called Latino
It could get that serious?
that starred Robert
I thought
Beltran from
Paimon
Star
thought they'd
Trek
just
Voyager.
stop talking as much.
Yeah, that's just the nature of it. So, if you'll find it difficult to cope with the worst case scenario, I would prefer that you back out right now. I don't want you to help only to feel like you failed.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
wasn't all shit. Oh, no, I
I've
know
seen
it
all
wasn't.
of those things too. No matter
A
how
lot of
hard
that
it
stuff
might get,
sounds
we won't be
preferable to where
scared.
we actually ended up.
Really? Then in that case, let's see this real-life fantasy adventure together to the end.
Yeah! But Paimon has a question. If this illness can really be as bad as you've described, then do you really think Zuria's method will be able to help? After all, we'll just be using a toy as Thelxie and some ruins as the Kingdom of Water Imps. The whole adventure will only be turned into a picture book for her son to read.
Well, I think it should be able to do something. To harbor a fantasy means that the child wants to save himself somehow. The only reason he's allowed his dream kingdom to fall is because he's lost control of his heart. But if we can help him regain control and escape from the darkness, we'll be able to change his world. Like helping someone who's lost their voice be able to speak again.
Oh, Paimon sees what you're saying now. Huh. How do you understand all of this so well, Fremine?
Well, maybe because I've also had many of my own dreams in the past.
It's almost like the
even
kid has
had my
crippling
own fairy
depression or
tale
something,
world, much
Paimon.
like that boy's. I was able to draw a lot of support from it, so I believe in the power of fantasy worlds. So you remembered.
What Penguin Town? Why
Canon,
does
you
it
should
never
have seen
remember?
Code Geass,
Is that
yet Fusion is
also a
currently
fairy
doing a
tale world
mission
building
that is an
for him to
adaptation
die?
of Resurrection. Oh my god. Spoilers.
Hey, why did you put that on?
It's just... one of my personal quirks.
Mad quirky.
Please pay
Hey,
it
could you
no
put some
mind.
pants on?
Anyway, Penguin Town is a peaceful place with lots of penguin residents. They're all really good at making clockwork toys. And Pear
Put some pants on.
is the town's triumphant
I am no longer
hero,
asking.
as well as the one who quietly protects the whole place.
Pear? But didn't
Kid.
you make Pear yourself?
Kid. Pants.
Well,
On.
I often think that Pear only came to me because he realized how much I needed him.
He won't do it.
So it's not so much that I made Pear, as Pear chose me as his friend.
Fremine, are you sure you're not losing control of your fantasies as well?
If they released an outfit that gave him real fucking pants, I would pay money for it.
No, I don't think so. I can still differentiate between fantasy and reality. I just believe that the fairy tale world of my dreams must also exist somewhere. It might just be hidden,
Xbox
which
game.
is why it's difficult to see. Or it will only reveal itself at very specific times.
Or a free 4-star skin, yeah,
Specific
just a free event one or
Like
whatever.
when you put on your diving helmet?
Yeah, that's the general idea of it.
Really? Paimon just said that because you put on your helmet.
Have you
Yeah,
ever
this kid's a
observed
scuba
the
diver,
surface
Balin, that's his
world from
gimmick.
Underwater? It's as if you're viewing a whole different world from the outside. It's a very surreal feeling. Both alienating, but also as if
Yeah,
you're
that's why
being
that's why
protected
I
by
keep
something.
joking about him being
I
Rex.
have a similar feeling when I put on my diving helmet. In those moments, it's possible to
We
see
also know for a
some
fact they ripped him. We also know for a
truly
fact that they ripped off
wondrous
Rex for
things.
his design
as if a
because in
fairy
that
tale has
mega leak a
become
while
reality.
back, it had some references in
It's
addition to all like the
almost
prototype
a sort of
sketches.
miracle.
And there was a design
Really?
document out there that showed
Like a
some early
miracle?
concepts of him with fucking pictures of Rex in the corner.
Well, if that's in order.
Hey, don't you still need time to work on Thelxie's weapon? We don't
Stop
want to keep you from
zooming in on
finishing
this
your
fucking
commission.
small child's
Right.
terrible tiny
I
short.
still have to collect some tools
Jesus
I'll need
Christ,
to craft the
game.
weapon. I've got to finish everything before tomorrow. Thank
Like,
you
oh yeah,
for
we
reminding
gotta
me,
talk
Paimon.
about this.
I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for you to try my helmet.
Like, I appreciate
Thanks
the
for
equal
all of your
opportunity fan service or
I'll
whatever
be off for now.
to make up for like all the
Let's
booba
meet up
monsters and
here again
whatnot.
in
Like,
2
you're
days.
trying, but like we have got to have a serious discussion about the amount of tiny boys you keep putting in tiny shorts. Because between this kid and some of the stuff I've seen for Star Rail in terms of upcoming playable characters that I will refrain from commenting on further than that, you've got problems, man. You've got actual fucking problems. If you have to put characters in tiny shorts, please don't make them the clearly, obviously underage boys. Is all I'm saying. Okay, these are the mini games. We're not gonna worry about that. I can do that off screen. Pants look better 100% of the time, yeah. I agree. Too cowardly to have grown men in those tiny shorts. I hate you, Paimon. I like how they loaded in before the time actually finished progressing. I was gonna say, yeah, like, not to condone the CCP censorship, but like, that one PowerPoint presentation of them, like, condemning Venti. Like, Venti's fine. Like, he's trying a little too hard at the femboy thing. Because, like, he just dead-ass, everything about him looks
Is
more like
your
a female.
child feeling any better?
Like,
Thank
he
you
is
for your
dead-ass
concern,
Wendy from
Fremine.
Honkai.
His condition
Sir
is fairly
planted
stable.
over.
The family doctor said we might be able to take him out
But,
for a stroll today.
Zeria, Fremine, we're here!
But again, just the tiny skin type shorts.
Seems like everyone's
They're
arrived
awful.
now.
I'm sorry.
Quite.
Ooh, Oja.
Aren't we missing someone? But
Thank
Paimon
you,
has to
Stu.
guess where he might be. Hey, Thelxie!
Just for comparison, it's not necessarily not even necessarily the tiny shorts. It's like the tiny skin tight shorts. Like Fiorina's also got pretty short shorts, but they're like actual pants.
Whoa! Thelxie's got himself a sword and a shield now!
They're not
He's
literally
looking sharp.
form-fitting.
Indeed. With his weapons in hand, Thelxie looks more formidable than ever. You've really outdone yourself, Remine.
I glued a seashell to it.
Yes.
Innovation.
You really had a good eye for materials. Everything you found was high quality.
Yeah, pretend I did that.
Speaking of which, Zuria just told me that she wants to end the adventure with the coronation ceremony. So, could I also trouble you with finding some materials for the crown? You can just keep an eye out for them on our way to the ruins. I was planning to collect the materials myself, but then I realized you might be able to find some prettier ones than what I could get my hands on.
We need a proud, buff, masculine Chinese man. I agree.
Seems like everything's ready to go. Shall we head out?
Please wait a moment. I was just thinking. Since
The closest,
Thelxie
I
has
guess, would be
already shown us
Jingyuan
his brand new
over in
appearance,
Star Rail.
we may already be able to draw a new page in the picture book. What do you think?
Ooh, Paimon's excited now!
Why don't we use the story we know as a reference? Just make the atmosphere a bit less grim.
So we'll take out the sad parts and replace them with happier stuff? Sounds great to Paimon!
All right, I'll give it a try. I'm not very adept at drawing, but I've seen a lot of art during my work.
Perfect Chinese government
As far as
propaganda
the actual
character.
content of the drawing, please tell me what you'd like to see.
Let me think. We can draw the weapon. The prince has picked up the Sword of Courage and the Shield of Perseverance, which proves he has crossed the mire of doubt, and now is ready to wage war against the darkness.
Okay, I'll add the weapons. Anything else?
Paimon wants to give him some friends. Thelxie's got some friends by his side now, so he's no longer fighting alone.
Okay, I'll also draw some companions. Anything else?
Don't add Paimon.
Color. Oh,
Too blue.
Color, yes, that's really important.
Make it less
the road
blue.
in front of him now will no longer be just grayscale, but bursting with color and
Blue
hope.
is a depressing color.
Who would have thought the page could have become so inspiring? How wonderful. Splendid ideas, everyone.
Great! Everyone looks super pumped up. Thelxie most of all.
Are you seeing this, my son? Are you feeling inspired by this as well?
If only.
I'm sure he is, Zuria. And this is still just the first page.
That's right! Paimon can't wait to see the picture book when it's all finished. We should finish it as soon as possible and keep up the belief and hope in our hearts.
Mm-hmm. I'm starting to look forward to it as well. So
Looks like a
let's
Star
get
Rail
this show
robot.
on the
It
road
does,
and head
yeah.
towards the Kingdom of Water Imps.
Does feel like something it does feel more in line with that universe than this one. But eh. Remember, Fontaine is like kind of steampunky, like they're supposed to have higher tech, so. Penguin robot, sure, why not? I was gonna say, yeah, part 2 already. Going by pretty quick. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Don't know how to feel about the actual event overall, because it seems like it's going to be very
Those are
hyper-focused
materials that we
on
can use for the crown, right? Let's get some for Fremine.
2 characters. One of which being Fremine, who we once again barely spent any time with during the main story. I don't think we exchanged a single direct word of dialogue with him. And an NPC. I still want a modern Fire Emblem game. I think that'd be neat. I do.
These should be enough. I knew you'd have a knack for finding the best materials.
Or a One Piece Fire Emblem game.
Whoa! Is that the entrance to the underwater ruins ahead?
Get in there, Fiorina! It's a domain. Oh, it's just a little combat challenge. Alright. Dealing physical damage. Oh, that's right, because we get a free Rex from this. Oh, they're Oh, guys, isn't that precious? This game still thinks that physical is in any way viable. Oh, that's adorable. That is just precious. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, we won't be doing that today. We will not be doing that today. Where's Prometheus? If Prometheus were in this game, maybe physical would be viable again. But she is not. So, no.
So these are the underwater ruins that Fremine found. They're pretty amazing, but still not exactly the kind that Paimon was imagining. Oh, yeah, Paimon knows. It's just...
Yeah, like, it sucks, because, like, I like Eula a lot for, as far as, like, being an actual character goes.
Houses and the Rainbow Bridge.
But,
I'm sorry. I was hoping to put up some decorations, but ran out of time to do
this
it by
game's combat
myself.
system is just too dependent on elemental reactions at this point with, like, how much HP the enemies have these days.
Whoa, someone's already
So many enemies are
switched
so
into fantasy
bloated.
mode.
Seems like the travelers
That the
already got
fastest
the
way to
gist
damage
of
them is with
things.
elemental reactions.
You should do your best
And
too,
physical can't do
Paimon.
that. Same reason Geo's really fallen off.
Don't underestimate Paimon. Paimon can flip the switch
Geo
too.
is not too much better than
Now
physical.
entering Paimon Fantasy Mode!
I hate you.
Young adventurers, 'tis Paimon, guardian goddess of this land. State your goals and intentions for visiting this nation.
Same.
We are the companions of Prince Thelxie, your Divine Highness. We have come to help him reclaim the glory that he has lost.
Oh, reclaiming your glory! Thy goddess here has golden glory, silver glory, and bronze glory. Which is it that the prince has lost?
Huh?
Can we stab her?
Not at all! This is the goddess's test! From your responses,
I think we
the
should
goddess
stab
has
her.
concluded that you're all brave adventurers without the taint of greed in your hearts. As such, you are worthy of everyone's respect. So please accept the goddess's reward. The goddess will now bestow all 3 types of glory upon you. And as for this prince, the goddess will also bestow upon you the rainbow glory, so your future will always be filled with light.
Kome, Kome? Kome, Kome.
My gratitude to your Divine Highness for such generous blessings. Power is now surging through every part of my body.
Me too. Is this the divine inspiration of legend?
Game, please. It's bad enough you have to keep inflicting her on me. Don't make me fucking suck her dick and thank her for the pleasure!
Now, adventurers, forge bravely ahead and defeat the monsters that have taken over the kingdom. You will be sure to find that which you seek. Please be careful, brave adventurers. Just test evil enemies
Those accursed enemies are back again. Your Highness, please show them what you're made of.
I hope it is. Make yourselves at home.
Time to shine! Lightning purified!
I'm not using them, by the way. I'm sorry.
There's no
No
need to fear,
offense. I
my
try to
friends.
show off everybody. I
His
don't have
Highness
him
is
yet,
so
but
strong
the
now that even a
controls
diviniture
to
like
switching
the
to a
deep
trial
will pose
character
no
are
threat to
awkward.
him.
Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with it right now. I'd rather just haha hyperbloom go burr.
It's finally over. So have we defeated the evil monsters and reclaimed the kingdom of water imps?
Yes, it should now be time for us to attend Thelxie's coronation ceremony. The only thing is, I didn't expect this to go so smoothly. I thought it would have taken longer for us to reach the heart of the ruins. It was my mistake. I should have told Fremine earlier that we would also need a crown.
It's all because the Traveler and Goddess Paimon were too strong. We just eradicated all the monsters in one go.
It's okay, Zuria. We can come back again once I've made the crown.
Then I must thank all of you again for taking the time, and you too, Thelxie, my child.
Beep boop. Beep boop.
Thelxie's turning out to be a real expert at fighting.
I don't think there's anything that will be able to stop him. He's like a true prince now.
Yes, I agree as well.
Let's head back to camp for now. I asked the Traveler to search for some materials on the way because I want to make the crown as soon as possible.
We can add an update to Thelxie's fantastic adventures as well. Now that we've reclaimed the kingdom of water imps, it's time for us to draw some new scenes in the picture book. Zuria and Fremine, why don't we draw the new pages first? Paimon really wants to update the picture book. Hey, you didn't have to say it out loud.
No problem. I'm happy to oblige. Then in that case, the story today should go something like this. After overcoming many obstacles, Prince Thelxie and his brave companions finally arrived at the entrance to the Kingdom of Water Imps. At this time,
That awkward
the
moment
little
when you
fairy in the
remember,
group,
oh right,
Paimon,
Paimon's
revealed her
probably
true goddess form
like
to her
a shrunken down
companions.
evil Kiana from the start of the game or
The
whatever.
goddess has arrived. She
So it's
praised
like,
the
oh man,
maidens for their purity, and to
Paimon's
reward
being
them,
cute,
she
but
bestowed
she
upon
doesn't
them
know she
many
actually
blessings,
is a
and
goddess.
even
Ha
prayed that
ha
the prince would
ha.
be able to fulfill his goal.
Bathed
Kill
under
me.
the goddess's glory, the prince and his companions charged into the bastion of evil, chased away the monsters, and rescued the pretty water imps from their imprisonment. The prince finally managed to reclaim his kingdom. But as for the crown,
Oh no, the crown isn't ready yet.
No. The crown was within the prince's reach, but the monsters took it with them as they fled. They haven't given up and are sure to return, but the prince is certain to reclaim the crown the next time they fight. The brilliant rainbow shall descend onto the kingdom once more.
Oh, and Paimon can almost see it all
I miss
happening
Joe.
now. Whoa, the pages are beautiful. Zuria is really talented at drawing.
thank you, everyone. We've also completed the second page of the picture book now. Thelxie's journey is one step closer to its end and the promised coronation. My child, you'll also be able to brighten up when that time comes, right?
Hey yo, gay rights?
I'm sure he will, Zuria. Who knows? Perhaps the doctor will already have some good news for you when you get back home today.
I sure hope so, Your Divine Highness. Oh, Fremine, about the time you'll need for the crown.
Please don't worry. One day should be more than enough.
Ah, then I must thank you for your hard work. All right, let's rendezvous here in another 2 days' time for our final adventure.
That was
Okay.
all Act 1, dear God.
And see you in 2 days, my lovely friends.
Not complaining.
All right, it's about time we start heading
Thank
up
you for
camp.
that.
You've still got some work to do, right, Fremine?
Yeah, I'll need to go to the city shortly to get some parts for the base of the crown. I want to try out a few different designs and choose the one that looks the best.
Yeah, Paimon knew that you didn't often take commissions from others, but Paimon had no idea you'd be so dedicated once you're on the job.
Well, about that, it might
It's almost
be
like he's extra
because-
motivated because he's helping a small child with crippling
Because
depression.
what?
It's because
That's crazy.
I hope.
What's the
I hope
matter?
Paimon spends 10
What's
minutes
that look on
explaining
your
that to
face?
us.
You're turning red, and it looks like you're about to run away and put your helmet on again.
Am I turning red?
Paimon, die in a fire.
All right. We won't bother you anymore for today, Fremine. Let's see each other in 2 days' time.
Okay, thank you. See you in 2 days.
Will you?
I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place
Aw.
would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
Thank you for making him say it and not having Paimon explain it for 10 minutes. The possibility was there. Part 2 done. We're blitzing right through this. Like I said, I'm okay with that. Like if you're gonna have these events that aren't like huge festivals or whatever, with like a bunch of characters you know and like and recognize coming together. If you're gonna have them be smaller, more intimate events like this, then hey, just keep it short and to the point. And yet, no speed up for time change. Nope. No, we can't do that. That would be an actual quality of life improvement. We can't do that. Hello, Dimitri. Only one more part that we don't have to listen to Paimon until sometime next month. Woo!
Today's the final day of Thelxie's fantastic adventures. Let's go find Fremine at his camp. Hey, Fremine! Thelxie! We're here!
Hello, Paimon. Hello, traveler.
Freak, your trademark drop. Neat.
Is the crown ready?
Yes, we're just waiting for Zuria now. She hasn't arrived yet.
Then let's wait for her a little while. Or actually, maybe we can go find her. It's not too far from here anyway. Didn't she say she just lives on the hill over there?
Hey, traveler, Paimon.
Oh, and speaking of,
Found you two at long last. I'm so glad that you both are all right.
why are you here?
I was gonna
Miss
say, yeah,
Yellowbush?
if it's just a trademark, there's not gonna be
What
anything
could
about it
have
other than the name.
happened to us?
What could have happened? That water imp Thelxie, of course. After I gave you that commission the other day, I began to get worried and went asking about the boy that went missing.
Oh, that? We've got it all figured out now. The boy you heard about was just Fremine. Even the missing fish was his fault. Don't worry, we'll help you get the fish back as soon as we're done with this job.
Oh, sorry about that. I've been diving in the area recently.
About rewatching Dawn
Fremine
Brothers. What
diving?
about it?
No, that's not what happened at all. I've heard a completely different account. What I was told is that about a month ago, a child tied a bunch of heavy seashells onto his body and walked into this open stretch of water. He never came back. What could that be if not that water imp's work?
Are you
Is her
sure?
son fucking dead?
100% sure. I've confirmed the account with several veteran fishermen I know.
Her
The
son's
child
fucking
was
dead.
only 8 years old. His name was Lescaut. Lescaut d'Estray.
Well,
Let's go to Stray?
Yeah, that's the name. They say the family took on the name after moving to the city from a place called Stray. Anyway, his mother is a pretty famous art dealer, while his father passed away from an accident many years ago. Well, naturally, his mother was devastated by the incident and fell terribly ill. It's said that she left the court of Fontaine, and no one knows where she's gone.
It can't be, right? Let's go Destray? Zuria Destray? It must be some sort of a coincidence?
I'm sorry, miss. We've got to go check on something right now.
Oh, I see. Well, you go on ahead. I just came to make sure that you're both all right. I'll head back then. Please remember to take care.
Ruh-roh. Is Genshin about to Genshin would never? Yeah, what Minato said. I personally don't give two shits about a lot of these just generic details like that. None of the details about character or plot, writer, staff, yada yada. None of that stuff matters. I just want the show to be good. If the show is good, great. If not, well... Save myself some trouble. Once again, my new strategy with Genshin. Literally only do what the game... they probably intend for you to do to make content last. And only play for like 10 minutes a day. And just open a couple chests each day so I don't have to do the regular commissions. Unless it's Inoue. Unless it's Inoue. You can prejudge all you want if it's Inoue. Absolutely.
Excuse us. Is anyone here? Is this Madame Destray's place?
Who are you? I have a patient here who needs quiet bed rest. Please leave us be unless you have anything urgent to report.
I was gonna say, don't remind me, Secret. I want to watch that. I do. I want to see Kira Murasame, or Kira Venti, whatever you want to call him.
This is the residence of Zuria Destry, and I'm Jala Khan, her family doctor.
Thought that was
What did you
Cam
mean by
Clark
your
for a
question
second.
just now? Who else could be my patient?
Your patient should be Zuria's son, right? She told us herself that her son had contracted loneliness syndrome.
Paimon, read between the fucking
you're
lines.
Right. Young Master Lescaut did have that illness once upon a time, but he's... Well, the young master's no longer with us. And now the Madame has come down with the same illness. Are you her friends, by any chance? Oh. So, when she had requested time to go out over the past few days, it was so she could spend them with you.
So, if I'm understanding this right, the one who's suffering from uncontrollable delusions is the Madame herself? She believes her son is still alive?
That is correct. When the young master disappeared,
That's
she
some
was
Shutter Island
organizing an
shit.
art exhibit that she had specifically prepared for him. But since she had to leave the house, she was unable to see her son one last time. That might have been the trigger for her regret. Or perhaps the family's fall into loneliness and grief was inevitable as soon as the old master passed away. First the son, and then the mother.
But how could that be? She really looked like she had a on everything. Her smile was so lovely, and she even told us to stay optimistic.
People never
you're
hide their
saying
depression behind laughter or optimism.
Those actions are proof that she can no longer differentiate between fantasy and reality.
Then, all the other things that she told us about her son, were those fake too?
No, those were all real. Although, they were all things that happened before the young master left us for good. Madame's time has just never moved forward since his passing.
I see. So after her son left, she created a fantasy world where her son was still with her. She was looking for a way to cure his illness when she ran into us.
She has been in a good mood the past few days, even humming a song when she returned from her stroll. She even began discussing with me the idea of using deliberate guidance to ease the illness. It was all going well, until last night. She spent a whole night staring at the shell the young master left behind, and the words that he had inscribed onto it. Then she broke down once more. I prescribed some sedatives, and she's currently resting.
But then what should we do? How can we help her? There has to be something we can do.
Don't panic, Paimon.
What if
Even though
Paimon
this
sang
is
a
a
song to
devastating
make her
piece of
feel
news,
better?
we must all
No!
calm down first. What should we do? I need to think. I need to remember the old house of the hearth and the children who lived in it. Those patients and what their doctors said back then. What if... Dr. Jalacan, have you seen a picture book? The Madame should have brought it back with her.
Are you thinking about trying the guidance therapy she talked to me about before? It's worth a shot. I'll go get the book.
Yes, this is it. That's right. If what Dr. Jalacan said was true, the past few days have been very helpful to Zuria, so we should complete this journey. We need to show her that her child has found a happy ending in the world of her dreams.
But wouldn't that just make it harder for her to accept reality?
One must first face reality before accepting it. The Madame has been crushed by her feelings of grief and can no longer bring herself to face reality. Our first priority would be to get her out of this state.
Right. Before today, I had thought she wanted to use Thelxie's fantastic adventures to save her son. But now, I think she might need it to save herself. And if we could complete it, we should be able to give her some feeling of inspiration and closure. Maybe those feelings would be enough to give her some courage to face reality again. There's no time to waste. Let's set off right away.
I want to ride the thing. Fine, fuck you. I could switch out to Kazuha or something and jump up into it, but... Probably wouldn't take me where I need to go anyway. Yeah, I believe they put the situation in the final act of the event. Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? I can't make fun of this. I can't laugh at this. What are you doing, game? Let's see. Oh, that's a lot further away than I was thinking. Just cheat. There we go. Physical damage. Nope, still not doing that. We are not doing that. Fix it. Make it actually good, and then we'll talk.
We're here again. This is the final part of Thelxie's journey, but the most important person is missing.
Everyone, please don't be so down and gloomy. Remember what she told us? If we were to feel troubled, the patient would become anxious as well.
You're right. Paimon needs to smile. If we have to give something to Zuria, it should be our smiles. We have to keep smiling as we finish this adventure. And then she'll be able to recover, right, everyone?
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Oh! Be careful, brave adventurers! Here comes the evil monster that stole the crown! There! Get these Cyclops! Let's beat them up!
Watch out, everyone! They're coming at us again!
There's no need to fear! Prince Thelxie looks stronger than ever today! We must be going all out! Yoo-hoo! Oh, this is the final enemy, right? We'll reclaim the crown for you now, Your Highness!
Let the mighty be humble.
Let my name echo in song!
Silence!
Hyperbloom go burr.
I'm sorry. I have to go.
Physical
I made
does
a
not
promise
exist
to
in
my
this
friends,
game.
and I'm already very late.
But, Madame, you're still...
Don't try to stop me. Today's the most important day for treating Thelxie. We'll use the guidance method. Didn't you also say that you'd think it'd work?
I'm not trying to stop you, Madame. It's just... Could you tell me the name of your child?
Dr. Jalacan, how can you forget the name of your own patient? His name is Thelxie. He's the prince of the kingdom of water imps. We will go today to reclaim his crown and attend his coronation ceremony.
I see. Madame, please rest assured, everything
Yeah, I know.
is
I could
still
have
on
also used the
schedule.
assist,
Your
but why even
friends
bother?
have already departed to find... Wait, look. They've already returned.
Why even bother with the gimmick when you can just win?
Retrieve the crown!
Paimon, everyone, have you really?
Yes, but the coronation ceremony still hasn't taken place, because we felt like you should be the one to preside over it.
Wonderful, how wonderful! Thelxie, my child, are you hearing this? Everything you lost will now come back to you, and soon, very soon, you will never be lonely again.
And the last page of the picture book. It's still waiting for you to illustrate in color.
Right, the picture book. But I don't know what I should put on the last page.
Don't worry, Thelxie and his friends all know what should go on it. Get ready, Zuria. We'll describe everything for you.
Okay.
At last, Thelxie and his friends were able to drive off the final invading monsters and
They're off
achieve
to Pride.
a dashing victory. Their success was complete, and the recovered crown resplendent.
The water imps finally returned to their homes.
Robot
They
penguin.
once again offered their
That's
precious
the bad thing
shells
you've ever
to the
seen one.
prince
Now where is
and
Sonic?
reconstructed the rainbow bridge of
Thank you
old.
very much, Subby,
As he watched
for the
scene
for
unfold,
updating the autopsy report
the
and for the
prince
well
could
wishes.
not
I'm doing
help
better.
but be touched by its beauty.
Move, Moved by everyone's happiness,
I'm getting
the
there.
prince stepped onto the Rainbow Bridge and took a good look at all the friends who had gone on the journey with him. There stood the traveler, Goddess Paimon, Fremine.
Stop calling yourself that.
Huh? Where's the last person? The prince looked
Stop trying to make
frantically
Goddess
around,
Paimon
but
happen.
could not find the person he wanted to see
It's never
most.
gonna happen.
At that moment,
It's gonna happen.
the person suddenly appeared
She's
on the
Kiana.
other side of the bridge. She walked towards him with a
Unfortunately.
smile and slowly lifted her veil.
The prince could not
Paimon
hold
for
back his
smash.
tears.
Don't you put that
He
evil on me, Ricky
recognized
Bobby.
then that the mysterious person that had been by his side the whole time was none other than his mother. Surya walked across the bridge and placed the crown above the prince's head. She smiled down upon him as she said, "My prince,
Paimon for
My
the
king.
incinerator.
you shall never, ever need to feel
Remember when
lonely
Genshin was
again."
supposed to be on the Switch?
That's the end of the story, Zarya.
Funny joke.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am so sorry, my child. Maman should have spent more time with you. Did you hear the story? You'll never have to feel lonely again.
This is genuinely very depressing, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like this. I don't like Genshin dealing with child death.
Maman loves you too.
What's happening? Is Zarya talking to Thelxie?
Paimon, leave. Just fucking leave.
Quick, put on my diving helmet. There's a transcription module in it that's compatible with Thelxie's output signals. You should be able to use it to understand what Thelxie's saying.
Subby, her child died, and she's currently in a depression-fueled stupor, where she's convinced herself that her child is still alive and is the robot penguin, and so and we're making a storybook about her kid saving the water imps or whatever. This is not healthy. Happy Feet 3 got hella dark. Happy Feet 3 went places bad.
Maman loves you too.
But I love you more, Maman.
Bruh.
What? Did you see something?
Maman, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Bruh.
If it's time for bed, can you hum a lullaby to me
Bruh.
Of course, my dearest child. As long as you
Genshin,
want to
what
hear
the fuck?
Mama will always hum for
Genshin, you can't do that! You can't! What the fuck?
Thank you, Maman. Your lullaby has always been my favorite. Now that I've heard it, I can return to my dream and to the kingdom of water imps in peace.
My poor darling. Please don't forget. I will always love you. My love is greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps.
I won't forget, Maman. And so is my love for you. Greater than the entire distance between here and the kingdom of water imps. Good night, Maman.
What the fuck, game? You can't do this to to me. Not when I'm fucking sick and already not mucus bullshit. What the fuck? Why is France so goddamn depressing?
Traveler, Paimon, you're here.
Fremine, why did you call us in such a hurry? Did you hear something from Zuria? Oh, if it's not good news, Paimon doesn't want to hear it.
Don't worry, it's definitely great news. The Madame came here for a visit just now with her doctor. Color has returned to her
I don't know if
cheeks,
I would have used that
and
as
she
a
sounded
thumbnail.
full of energy
Spoilers.
as well. She said she'd like to return to the court to continue
I mean, I
hosting
guess
the
the
art
kid's
exhibit.
not, like, obviously a
But this
ghost or
time,
whatever.
She'll work with her doctor to exhibit some picture books related to the illness.
And, like, we didn't
Of
realize he was
course,
dead until Act 3,
Thelxie's
but Jesus
fantastic
Christ.
adventures and the guidance therapy will be included in the exhibit as well. She'd like to use her experience to help others.
That's wonderful.
Helmet Fremine, maybe.
After all.
Maybe I'll take that. That would work a little better,
Here.
probably.
Please take this picture book with you. The Madame wanted you to have it. If at some point in the future you were to run into someone with similar troubles, she hopes the book would be of use to you.
But this is her son's story,
You'll take
right?
me it later, thank you.
Is it really
Appreciate
okay
it.
to give the book to us?
Yeah,
Don't
no,
worry,
that's fucked up.
it's
I don't
just
want
a
that.
copy.
Okay.
She still has the original. It's extremely important
Okay, I
to
was
her.
gonna say, we don't deserve this shit. She's a fucking grieving mother.
It feels good knowing we've contributed to something important. Paimon definitely didn't expect
What's all
the
this
fantasy
wee
adventure
stuff,
to be
Paimon?
so useful. Paimon was a little worried about how everything would turn out. After all, fantasy is just fantasy.
Paimon, do you know what the Madame said? She said that at the moment when she placed the crown on Thelxie's head, she felt like she really saw something beautiful. Her child had returned, and he told her that he loved her. She also said that was when she was finally able to bid farewell to her son. She felt like at that moment,
She'd use
she
it
was
as a
healed
napkin,
by
she
some
would.
mystical power,
Thank God it's
and
not
she
the
was
original.
filled with courage from head to toe.
Oh, really? But could that just be another part of her fantasy?
Get
Perhaps.
wrong point,
But
Paimon.
if fantasy is just fantasy, and the fantasy world is not real, then how could it still grant us these powers that we can continue to use in the real world?
Perhaps fantasy's not just fantasy. Also, wrong point.
But what else could it be?
A descent of the fairy tale world into the real world. At that time, the wondrous fairy tale temporarily became reality and influenced real things in our world. That has to be what happened. You saw it too, didn't you?
But that can't be what happened, right? There's just no way. Wouldn't it be like a miracle if that really happened?
Yes, I suppose that would be a miracle. I hope that everyone who's found themselves in a dark place would be able to see something beautiful and experience a miracle for themselves.
You sent it secret. Thank you. That's a decent screenshot. That works. Also more Pride Rainbow. What the fuck, man? What was that? They didn't have to go that hard. What is Paimon? Paimon is secretly gonna turn out to be the compressed form of the not Kiana, who separated us from our sibling at the start of the game. But the game is made for brain dead children, so we're not supposed to know that. What I'm saying is Paimon's gonna turn out to be evil. Probably unknowingly, but nonetheless, Paimon's gonna turn out to be totally evil. And it's gonna be like, oh no, Paimon, you've been with us the whole time. Where? So it got but dumb as bricks, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what happened. She got, like, lost in the mail and got shaken up and hurt her head. And so now she's this. instead of what she was at the start of the game. I don't know. I won't pretend to know why this may have happened, but like that's totally what's going on. Absolutely. It feels like they did not have to go that hard. This dumb filler event. It didn't have any other any no playable characters besides Fremine, who we barely fucking know. They did not need to go that hard. Good God. Ugh. I went by insanely quick. 80 badges for a free Rex. Yeah, yep. I actually want him now. I still wish they'd give him some fucking pants, but that did a very good job selling me on the character. He's a good noodle. Want to help this mother. 100 for the rest. Okay. I will probably take care of that off screen in due time. I wonder if I can, 10 days. Once again.
Being too popular can be such a hassle.
It really can. It really can, Fury. Stretch out finishing this over the next 10 days so that I can just do that instead of commissions. Because fuck regular commissions. Fuck ever doing this again. Now that I know the trick. Now they've implemented a Staria-like system to avoid that. All right. God, not even 2 hours. That went by insanely fast, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, just you don't gotta, like, I get the need to overcompensate for the lack of content, but like quality over quantity, man. just tell a short fucking to the point story, and then even when it's about fucking NPCs mostly, if it's well done, you could actually make it work. Instead of just fucking the circle talking bullshit to pad it out unnecessarily. Paimon's still awful. Could have been even more short and to the point without Paimon. Paimon as always drags things down a little bit, but that was good. I ain't gonna pretend. I ain't gonna pretend that didn't get me. That was dark as shit. Good God. Ugh. Alright, well. What now? Paimon needs to read the room. Paimon really needs to learn to read the room. I guess that's it. I don't really got nothing else I can do in this game. I don't have anything I can do. I don't think I can switch over to Stariel and take care of anything. The arc where we separate Paimon will be the greatest story Genshin has ever had. I agree. I look forward to it. Maybe it'll happen in Natlin. Who knows? But yeah, Anime France continues to be fucking on point. Even when they're doing stories that are largely about NPCs, or people you shouldn't necessarily be as inclined to care about. Just, good God, knocked it out of the park. Technically an arc conquest, yeah. It is what it... I didn't have my glasses on because I'm crying. I can't read. Argenti's quest. Argenti's getting a quest, but it's not out yet, yeah? You like it, French quality? Subby, God bless you and your people. I don't know what you put in Hoyo's water, but thank you. Thank you for finally making Genshin unironically good. Only took 3 years into its life cycle. But dear God, Fontaine has been a treat. Alright, yeah, like, I feel fine, but I also just have nothing else to do, so I guess what I'll do is just, call it early, take a little bit of a break, maybe get myself a snack. Am I hungry? I can't tell if I'm hungry or not. You think his quest is out now, maybe? You currently have the ones in the backlog? In Star Rail? Is it really? His banner's not even up, is it? That'd be weird. I don't think I've noticed any new quests available, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright. Well, I'll take a break, and I guess so long as I don't, pass out, we'll, finally get back to watching some Kamen Rider Drive in the Discord. Hopefully get that finished up so we can, proceed with, Get a Robo, and then, yeah, back to One Piece. Like, what are we watching? What the fuck we were waiting for? Oh, right. Alright, yeah, because that took so quick, I don't know what I'm doing. Again, I'm still kind of recovering. If the new Star Rail thing is available, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. If not, I might take another night off, just watch some more Drive or whatever, and just ease back into things. I don't know. I'm playing Like a Dragon next. I've mentioned that time and time again. I am starting Yakuza Like a Dragon. That is the next game I am playing through. I just want to wait until I'm fully recovered, because I feel like I already have enough bad mojo, as it were, going into that game. It is the last possible chance for me to continue to stick with the Yakuza franchise, depending on how what that game does. So the last thing I want to do is go into it with a worse attitude than I already do, feeling sick or whatever, and be more inclined to, like, be annoyed by stuff. So I don't know. Currently still in a we're in a weird, awkward phase. I apologize. I'm sorry I got sick. I don't know why I got sick, but I got sick. It's not fun. I'm not happy about it either, but I'll get better eventually, and we'll get there eventually. Alright. Thank you all very much for joining me. Sorry for the low energy, but I appreciate you putting up with me. Special thanks to Fusion, Ninja, Go-Kart to your patrons, Vroom Vroom. Thank you again for everybody for the hype train. Very nice welcome back present. If you want to help support Happy Feet 3, check out links in the description. Love you guys. Nighty-night.